All right, let's go ahead and get started. Camera, not yet, hold on. All right, so welcome to this month's Nancy Technical Community Call, community meeting. Uh, just a friendly reminder for all that's here. All meetings are recorded and posted on our community YouTube channel. Um, so if you do not wish to be recorded or to be on camera, please stay on mute and stay off the camera. If you have a question, please put it in the chat. Today's agenda, we'll be we'll be greeting agenda, meet the team, about Nancy, our call for speakers and sponsors. Then we have speakers time, then we have a few speakers, then we have some networking time, and then we'll close. All right, so let's meet the team. I'm Harry Carter, your host today. We'll also have Nikkia Carter, Sigu, Ezra, and Imani. These are our team that helped put this together on a weekly, month-to-month basis, along with some other volunteers. We'll talk about those later. So about Nancy, Nancy Tech community description. This is a group of Microsoft professionals, tech business owner, enthusiasts interested in Microsoft Office 365, SharePoint, Microsoft Team, Microsoft Power Platform. During our monthly session, we'll have tech and tech career topics as well as networking time. You should also see that we have our community links as well for LinkedIn and our community page. And while we're in this call, get social. Post about this meeting on your favorite platform. Use the hashtag Nancy Tech Community or our hashtag Nancy Tech. All right. All calls. We're looking for all calls, all volunteers for speakers, sponsors, and volunteers. Um, for speakers, you'll get a chance to come on and try come on and practice how to speak, how to talk in front of a crowd, and your knowledge is needed. To be able to share that knowledge with other people will be very helpful. Sponsor for those who may, want to contribute into educating and teaching others by, bringing food, donating time, prizes, things of that nature. That will make the event a lot more well-rounded and make it more exciting and things of that nature. And volunteers. Volunteers, we're looking for as many volunteers as possible for those who be able to help with understanding, people that understand the pulse of Ghana and how we could actually get out there and relay this message a little bit more to get to more people. So volunteers would be very helpful as well.
Don't forget that we also have the all call for our quarterly event on October 25th. So our first in-person / hybrid event. We are looking for speakers, sponsors, and volunteers for this event on Saturday, October 25th from 10 to 2. It will be in Accra, Ghana. The place is still to be announced.
Next slide. Okay, so a big, huge thanks to all our volunteers. Harrison, you are godsend. You are special. So we appreciate it. Community announcement. Well, one of the announcements we was gonna make next month, we will be holding out a Nancy Tech in person in a hybrid event. Um, We have not named the location, but we will be naming the location soon. We're waiting to see how many people have registered to come to pick the event. We don't want to have a too big of a room, or we don't want to have one too small. So sign up. But for speakers, as well as those who would love to attend, please tell a friend. There will be free food, drinks, and you'll learn about Microsoft and what we do at a higher level. And and also you'll be able to hear speakers from across the globe. All right, a community announcement, data analyst and visualization using Power BI training course 2025. This event is comprehensive programming designing for individuals seeking to enhance their data literacy. It's located in date and location, November 17th, or was that 1721? Oh, 17, November 17th to 21, 2025. For some reason, I was thinking that 17 was a month, and I was like, hold on, it ain't 17 months in a year. So it's at 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. Please support. Go there. You know, the more we support each other at events like this, the more knowledge is shared, and we meet more people, and you network and things of that nature. We also have the African Region Workshop 2025. The African Regional Workshop of the International Association for Social Science, Information Service, and Technology. It's set to take place in Ghana, in Accra, Ghana. It's a significant event, brings together professionals from various academies and information institutions to engage in discussion and data research management. So also that will be located in Accra, Ghana on the 20th October the 24th at 5 p.m. from 3 a.m. to 5 p.m. So please attend.
The 22nd through the 24th.
Okay, another announcement, the Agile in Africa Conference. It's Agile African Conference Explore Agility for, I've been talking for hours. My mouth dry. All right. So enabling empowering Africans to change from agile transformation to continuous improvements while minimizing operational disruptions. It's date and location, University of Ghana in Legon, Accra, Ghana. That's the 29th, October the 29th, and the 3rd through the 31st at 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. I definitely will be attending that one. This is our slogan. It's not one that we created. It's one that's been around for a while. Each one teach one. One community, one Nancy, please reach out to other people to join where they can learn and understand where you're going in technology and be able to, the more people that we relay this information to, the faster and further it spread. Next slide. All right, we have Office 365 customer story. GE Power is culture of curiosity with the Microsoft Cloud. So we're going to check this video out real quick, and then we'll be back soon.
GE's 125 years old this year. It's over 300,000 employees in 170 countries around the world with a pretty basic purpose: to build, to move, to power, and to cure the world. At the heart of the company's innovation. The thing that I'm the most excited about inside GE is this idea of bringing information technology together with operational technology.
We originally engaged with Microsoft around what we call our digital workplace.
Office 365 really allows us to collaborate with team members and customers. It enables us to be more productive and efficient. It also enables us to sell and drive growth.
We needed to empower all 300,000 plus employees to be faster, more efficient, operate in a frictionless environment.
Office 365 brought together work social, it brought together teaming, it brought together collaboration tools, together with an office suite that everybody loved and was used to using.
Microsoft has been both a great provider of product, but also a fantastic partner for the services in terms of getting us rolled out quickly, efficiently, and to really change the lives of our employees. For Exchange Online, 220,000 mailboxes migrated right now. Skype for Business is rolled out across the entire company. We are replacing our audio bridge provider today with PSTN conferencing worldwide. We have 100,000 accounts that we'll be enabling right now. Yammer, we have about 165,000 people actively using the platform. We've fully enabled GE Digital Division with Microsoft Teams, and we have Pro Plus installed on every device that we have across the ecosystem.
When we create this connected digital ecosystem, we really think about commercial productivity. If we were to unleash 5% more productivity out of our sales force, what's at stake for GE is an incremental $6.2 billion.
We've saved over $20 million this year alone just by putting in some simple collaboration tools with Office 365 that are allowing them to be more efficient. One of the great parts is our ability to manage security. So when you're talking about power, when you're talking about air travel, when you're talking about water sources, food sources, and healthcare, security matters.
Microsoft has the capabilities and solutions to allow us to keep our information safe and secure, while at the same time not putting so much rigidity into the system where it becomes a detractor for users.
One of the reasons why we're partnered with Microsoft is not only what they're doing for us today, but the promise of tomorrow.
What I see today is that same culture that I find in GE in Microsoft. It's one of curiosity. There's always going to be more to learn. There's always going to be new discoveries. I'm really excited about where the future is going to go because I'm seeing progress happen with Microsoft faster than we've ever experienced it before from any one of our other partners.
Every winery that I go to has a story behind it and a personality.
All right, thank you for that customer story. That also hopefully spurs some ideas and how we can transform and modernize Ghana to be able to use tools to be able to make the life easier for us here as well. All right, now we're move on to our speakers. Today we have Nikkia T. Carter. Topic: elevating customer service skills and technical professionals in Ghana. And we also have Siga Sandu, automating invoice process with Microsoft AI Builder. Should be a very interesting conversation, and I'm looking forward to getting started. So let's move to the next slide, and let's go ahead and get started. All right. Customer service skills as a technical professional in Ghana. So let's get started with Nikkia. Nikkia, you're up.
Thanks, Harry. So we'll go into why customer service skills are so important for you, even as a technical professional, of course in Ghana, but anywhere in the world. So this presentation focuses on enhancing your customer service skills, or letting you know what you need to do to enhance those skills, specifically tailoring it for you as a technical professional in Ghana. We'll explore the importance of customer service in technical roles and how developing these skills can benefit your career, as well as the organizations that you serve. So it's not just the business that's benefiting from this, it's also you. We will cover the value of customer service in technical professions, essential skills needed, methods for improving those skills, and personal and professional benefits that come from excellent customer service skills. So first, let's understand the value of customer service in technical roles. It plays a crucial role even in technical professions, as I said before. So you need to understand how customer interactions influence your customer satisfaction, which have outcomes for your technical performance, which is something that will help you become a technical professional that is sought after. So technical professionals often serve as the front line in resolving customer and issues. and providing solutions. Their ability to communicate effectively and emphasize impacts, um, um, emphasize impacts the overall customer experience. So to kind of give you a couple of examples under each of these subheadings, so like the frontline problem solving. Let's take, for example, Ghana's fintech sector. IT support engineers are often, the first to come in and resolve client issues such as failed mobile transactions. When you call MTN about your mobile money, and an IT professional is most likely behind that call, although it could be also a first level service, customer service, but eventually you get to the IT professional. So for that IT professional to be able to provide quick, effective solutions, that can help build trust and keep customers loyal. Developers also need to have effective communication skills. Of course, there are developers that sit in a dark room and never talk to anybody, but those developers are not the ones that are going to get more opportunities and even in the work that they're already in, the job that they're already in, as well as more opportunities in the wider arena. So let's take, for example, like say developers at a SaaS startup using webinar to talk to the customers, but using clear language to explain new features, and not just language that's clear, but language that is non-technical, or at least non-technical to the point where it's broken down to like a 6th grade level. That way the technical concepts are easy for the customer to understand. You should use lots of stories, examples, try to relate it to their industry or their organization, and that helps them to understand better and reduces confusion. And then as far as empathy, how that impacts customer service. So take an example of some Ghanaians at a BPO, and they, those types of organizations are heavy consulting. They consult on business process, they consult on finance. They're usually very expensive consultants as well. But those consultants, they're the like top tier consultants. They listen patiently and they also reassure the customer, especially when there's stressful times going on. Even if the customer might be acting out a little bit, you still got to try to reassure them and try to keep your cool. Also providing regular updates and showing that you genuinely care. So if you're regularly telling them what's going on, they're not going to all of a sudden be like, what's going on? Unless they're under stress or something like that. But for the most part, they'll know what's going on. To care about them and their problem also helps them to cut you a little bit of slack, but shows that professionalism as well. It strengthens relationships, and the relationships are very important for client retention. Beyond technical perceptions, through their responsiveness, through how clear they are, and the professionalism that they're shown. All of this helps with shaping those long-term relationships and trust. Again, this is good for your company that you're working with, but it's good, the company that you're working for, apologies, is good for the company that you're working with, of course, but the company that you're working for, but it's also good for you to have these skills in your toolbox to be a more well-rounded professional that's not just a technical person. Certain skills for technical professionals to excel, especially in this modern industry. You need to excel in customer service or communication, problem solving, empathy, adaptability, and patience. So clear communication and active listening, not just listening to respond, because that's not active listening. If you're sitting there waiting for the time for you to jump in, like you're about to play double dutch or something like that, and that's a jump rope game that we play in the US. I'm not sure if it's played all over the place, but during that time, you're waiting for the right timing to be able to get into the two jump ropes and start jumping. Um, so if you're constantly waiting for the time for you to speak, you're not actively listening to the customer. You need to actually be listening very deeply for what they're saying, but also for what they're not saying, because there's things that they're not going to say, things they're not going to know to say because they're not technical, or they might not know the product. And this is not their job. So you need to listen and make sure that you understand their needs better. That way you're able to provide the appropriate solution that will work effectively as well as efficiently for them. And you want to combine the technical skill of problem solving with empathy. And that allows you as a professional to address issues thoroughly while acknowledging your customers' concerns and emotions. And also, we're all human, we're emotional creatures. If we feel like somebody cares about us, if we feel like somebody is concerned about our concerns and trying to help us with our emotions, we will open up more and give more information, usually. And a lot of times that information will be very helpful for your job. So, and you will be one of those consultants that's highly sought after and raved about because everybody wants to talk to you. Everybody feels like you care about them. Okay. Being adaptable to changing situations and patient with client inquiries improves the service quality and your client satisfaction over time. Now, clients can sometimes be very demanding. There could be times where their situation changes often. This week they need this. Next week, oh no, we don't need that. We need this. This week, comes up, oh crap, we got a new CEO and now he wants to do XYZ. And now you got to hurry up and try to do that. Things change. You got to realize things change for businesses. And it's not necessarily the client trying to jerk you around, but you have to be understanding that that change is rapid and change requires rapid adoption, especially in now these times. If you don't adapt rapidly, you end up falling behind, and further behind you fall, the harder it is for you to catch up. So you want to make sure that you're understanding that your customer may be trying to improve or going through some kind of changes that you just need to be patient with. Or sometimes customers ask a lot of questions or ask the same question over and over and over again. It's them trying to get it. And sometimes they just can't get it for whatever reason, or it's just not registering and being stored in their data banks because they got so much other stuff going on. So you got to be ready to be patient with the customer. Treat them as if they were, your grandma, but try not to be patronizing like they're old or something. But that sort of care definitely helps them to understand that you care about them, and that will help strengthen that relationship, and they will always ask for you. Now, in order to get these skills, you got to actually learn them. Not only do you need to learn them, you need to learn them continuously because these skills can change over time. New techniques, people with more tips. So continuous development is essential to maintain and enhance customer service skills. Techniques include learning opportunities, going to workshops and stuff, practical exercises, and feedback loops. So engaging in training and workshops and self-study helps you as a tech professional stay up to date on the best practices when it comes to customer service as well as when it comes to technology. So again, you can go get training online. There's lots of training on LinkedIn Learning, lots of training on YouTube. There's training on Baoba, the platform that we have been talking about for a long time. I believe it's baobaplatform.org. if you want to log into that, but they have lots of professional training there and soft skills training there. So, you can also ask the AI to help you find a bunch of training if you're not good at searching for it, but you can also do searches for it and find different workshops and trainings in your area. Instagram, especially since that's something that's popular in Ghana, there may be soft skill type companies that are training companies that also do those types of trainings. And of course, you can just self-study, find books on the topic as well as videos and all of that. Or on different topics. There are different soft skill topics, as I've said earlier. So sometimes you gotta, in order to be really effective, sometimes you have to have those real world experiences. Now, that could take you years to get. But instead of, waiting for that experience to come along, you can actually simulate some customer interactions with some maybe more experienced technical professionals who would maybe shoot some things across that you have never had experience with. So, simulating some customer interactions and troubleshooting scenarios that can help you enhance your readiness and confidence when it comes time for those actual customer situations where the things actually come up and you got to troubleshoot something, or you have to interact with a customer, and they ask something that you're just like, ooh, how am I supposed to deal with that? One tip on a customer asking something that that you don't necessarily know. First off, don't lie. Do not lie. Just say, you don't have to say you don't know. You could say, well, I think there's a couple of different ways we can go about that. I need to go do some research and get back to you. Or I need to go talk to the team and get back to you. That buys you some time. That's not lying. And that's also, of course, if you're not comfortable with letting them know that you don't know at that moment, which for me, I'm not uncomfortable with that, but it can be an uncomfortable situation when you're not used to it. You can use that type of wording to move the situation along until you can go get some help. Now, going to get some help so you can seek feedback and mentorship. Again, bringing in those more senior folks who have the technical capability as well as very good customer service skills. So you want to learn from folks who are doing it and doing it well already. Get constructive feedback from your peers, from your mentors, and ask for areas for improvement. And that can help you with accelerating your skills and knowing which place you need to go after. Like somebody might say your presentations are awesome, like your presentations look great, but your presentation skills, like actually presenting, it's so then you know exactly you need to go after your presentation skills, not necessarily creating the presentation, but how you present it is something that you need to go after. So getting that constructive feedback from peers and mentors, and having a mentor can be super, super important for you. Now, I know I'm going pretty quickly. I'm going to check the chat just to make sure we don't have any questions. Okay. All right. If you have any questions, you can window before you forget about it, or you can hold them to the end. But I highly suggest that you write them down if you do have questions. Excuse me. And I just realized I forgot to put my speaker slide in the front that lets you know why I'm talking about this. You already know that I'm one of the founders of this group, co-CEO for NTC Tech, which is a technical company, CTO for Tech, which is our Ghana company that's also a technical company, has partnered with our US company. I've been in this for, I don't know, since a little bit before 2000. No, around 2000. I've been in since 2000, so 25 years. I have a bachelor's degree and a master's degree in computer science and IT project management. But because I've been in so long and I've been in so many different types of situations, from being the sole developer to being developer on a team to being the lead to managing projects, I have a bunch of experience and a lot of customer service experience, especially since I used to do a lot of training as well. So that's my bona fides, and that's one of the things you want to make sure that you get to, because again, it makes you very, very vital and important on the employment market. But also, even if you don't want to be an employee, it's super important if you're going to run your own business. Vitally important if you're going to run your own business. But anyway, jumping back in. So superior customer service focus fosters trust, strengthens professional reputation, and opens doors to career growth, as well as opens doors to customers if you're running your own company. So consistent quality service creates loyalty and trust, which are essential for those long-term client relationships. Because clients only work with people that they actually feel close to, feel like they take their concerns seriously, give them great quality service, are there to answer their questions. They become loyal to that organization. And that becomes another customer that could also rant and rave to other people that could become customers. So a reputation for excellent customer service distinguishes you as a reliable and valuable technical professional. Strong customer service skills increases your chance for promotions, for leadership roles, as well as new opportunities within your field. And some of those new opportunities may be roles that are more responsibility at first, but usually more responsibility leads to more dollars later. So even if you have to take on more responsibility at first, even you might have to leave the company, but that extra experience also adds in. And especially if that experience helps you to gain stronger customer service skills, it adds in for you to be able to get all these other opportunities as well. So don't shy away from any of this. It could definitely help you with advancing in your career, but also helping you with gaining clients if you're an entrepreneur. Mastering customer service positively impacts job satisfaction as well, leadership potential, and overall business success. So your effective customer interactions can lead to more fulfilling work experience and motivation. It's one of those things that when you're, a lot of times we're humans, we like interacting with other humans, and a lot of times we don't feel great when other humans don't feel great about us. So if they feel great about us, we usually feel very great about ourselves, and it could be very motivating to know that you're helping others in the way that they need to be helped, and that they appreciate your help. So that can make your job life a lot more enjoyable. Those strong interpersonal skills can also position you as a tech professional for leadership roles and for career advancement. So becoming maybe the tech lead for the group, or maybe becoming a CTO for your company. All of that, again, leads to the customer service skills, those soft skills, leads to you being able to get lots of different opportunities, not just hold on to a customer. Excellent customer service supports organizational goals by enhancing customer satisfaction and fostering productive teamwork. So even your team members are going to love working around you, especially if they're also able to do the same thing and you help them to do the same thing. That just makes everybody's life so much better when you're all happy and productive at work, and your customers are all happy as well. So by elevating your customer skills, it's essential for you as a tech professional in Ghana and everywhere, but especially in Ghana as Ghana's landscape changes as we're going into this new 24/7 economy that the president is pushing for. You're going to really need these skills to stand out in your industry and become highly sought after. Developing these skills will help you improve your customer relationships, as I said before, enhance your career aspects and prospects, and contribute and help you to contribute meaningfully to your organization, whether that organization is your own organization or someone else's organization success, which will lead to your own success. So thank you. That's the end of my presentation. I forgot to put the thank you slide in here, so I don't have a thank you or question slide. But anybody have any questions? Just looking in the chat. Don't see any questions, but if you want to come off mute and ask a question, or if you have a question, please be sure to put it in the chat window if you don't want to come off mute.
I don't see any questions in the chat, and no one's coming off mute. All right. I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
Having these skills, how does these skills help overall with the economy in Ghana and the growth of the economy and the future where Ghana is trying to go?
Okay. Well, Ghana is trying to grow. And one of the things that can help Ghana grow is the tech sector expanding, because those more higher paying jobs trickles down to folks that, may be selling food for lunch, or, selling the notebooks that you buy, or the computers that you buy, or whatnot. So one of the things that Ghana is not lacking in is talent, creativity, and brains. You all are super smart. You're creative, and you're, very curious and willing to learn new things. But sometimes the thing that could hold you back is not being able to um, have customer service skills that will relay the technical skills that you actually have. If you cannot explain to a customer why they need a certain solution, how it's going to help them, they won't buy it. If you can't um, um, appreciate the pain that they're going through, learn to anticipate their needs, even things that they don't say, as I said, things that they do say and things that they don't say. Those are all super important in order for the tech industry to thrive, because it's not just about, okay, you have a problem, I'm gonna build this thing, and now your problem solved. It's also the customer asking questions. How is this gonna help me? I'm not quite sure. It's about you being able to train them on things, teach them about things, explain things in a way that makes sense to them. That's going to help. Again, excellent customer service enhances everything. So the tech sector is one of them. One of those things is going to enhance. And with the 24/7 economy, we definitely need to have good tech customer service, whether you're on the help desk, listening to customers about the problems that they're having or the issue that they're trying to ask about, or you're the one developing solutions and you're listening to the customer to try to find out about the requirements that they have that goes into the solution, or you're the team lead. It doesn't really matter. All these skills are super important to help drive the tech sector, well, or actually every sector in Ghana forward. Even, just going out to get food. That the customer service, once it becomes even greater, even more people will come. It'll be even more attractive space for people to trust their business to visit, to get services from, etc. Did I answer your question?
Yes, it did. Thank you for that, Nikki. Appreciate it. Any other questions?
Okay, see a hand up. So
I see her
Rachel.
hand up.
Okay, thank you very much. Okay, so as a shy person, sometimes find it difficult like making myself clear to people. So like what advice do you have for me, or what do you suggest I do? Because like I feel very shy and I'm not able to make my points clear and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm. Well, there's lots of different videos and stuff out there, training materials that you can go through. It's one of the things that I did, but another thing is practice. Harry is my husband, so we used to practice all the time. For me to improve my customer service skills, especially when we had the first company. And I was very new. I was very green to that, very much a developer. Had consulting customer service skills, but did not have the business customer service skills that I needed. So practicing with somebody else, developing the skills through my own self-learning, watching videos, reading different books on the topic. Well, not actually reading. I usually listen to them instead of reading them. But sometimes I'll read as well as listen while I'm listening to the book. And there was one more thing I was going to say. Asking for feedback and practice storytelling and slowing down. Sometimes you have to be and not using technical terms, because you may be using technical terms that you think people understand, but some people don't understand those technical terms. So if you say it one time, the person doesn't understand, you go back, try to restate it, but in simpler words without technical terms, especially if that's what they seem to be struggling with. And then if they still don't understand, try to add in story, examples, especially if you can use an example that's in their industry or specific to their business or the process that you're working with them on or something like that. The more specific that you can make it, usually it would make it easier for them to understand. And sometimes you just have to say it a couple of different times from a couple of different angles before a person understands. Does that help?
Yes, please. Thank you very much.
And I just want to add to that. Practice makes perfect. Write down what you want to speak to people and repeat it over and over and over and over and over again. So, and it becomes second nature. To give you an example on how these things work, if anybody ever interested, watch martial arts or people that train, they train to a specific way. So when they get in that real situation, it might not be exactly the same situation, but then you get into that flow. And as you get into that flow, then it comes out because you know it. You're speaking it. You're speaking because you spoke it to yourself in the mirror every day. Watch how you move your hands. Watch what your facial features look like. Because if your facial features say, I don't believe in what I'm saying, then they're going to see that. Always keep a positive aura, even if you think you're doing bad. Keep that positive aura because even they don't know you screwed up. You know you screwed up, but they don't know you screwed up. So if you keep that positive aura, then you keep the crowd with you. And then also ask them questions, get them interacting with you. If you get them interacting with them, it becomes a conversation and you're not just speaking to them. And that conversation to be just the same as if you're talking to your best friend. Not as deep and secretive, but pretty much the same feeling. So those are things that I had to do to get myself used to speaking to people, walking up to people that you don't know, and introducing yourself, shaking their hand and things like that, and then giving your 30-second spill because it's going to be the same first things, who you are, what you do, and why you talking to them in the first place. So you get that down pat, it'll come out flowing every time.
Thank you very much.
All right. Any other questions? Oh, another thing. Practice in front of a TV that have a crowd of people on it. Because then imagine you being in front of an audience. I used to have a friend of mine that used to put bears all around the room and speak to bears. So that's one of the biggest things people get. They get stage fright.
Mhm.
So you got to be able to realize that the people you're going to talk to are just people. You know, they're not going to eat you. You know, what I mean, they don't know if you're screwing up or not. They don't know nothing except for what's coming out your mouth. So, yeah.
Yeah, you're there to teach them.
Yep.
Mhm.
All right. All right. Thank you for that. Thank you, Nikkia. That was very educational, and we really appreciate you bringing this session. All right. All right. So let's take the screen back over and get the other slides back up. All right. We have an exciting presentation coming up. Automating invoices processes with Microsoft AI Builder. I've been waiting a few weeks to actually see this presentation. The use of AI is everywhere now. Most people that use AI are using it for basic things like writing emails, blogs, a letter, schoolwork, things of that nature. But innovating AI to do other things that help in with the growth of the economy. How can AI be used to help with the basic things that can help in Ghana? So thinking out the box and using it for other things to spur your mind on is very inspirational. And I've been looking forward all week, actually since last month, to see this presentation. So without further ado, I'll pass over to Siga Sandu.
Thank you, Harry. Let me.
I'm about to say, did I lay it on too thick?
No, you did it right. Uh, all right. So, a little about me. I'm Sigu Sando, co-founder of Anansi Tech Community, co-CEO of CISA Tech, and I also serve as the CTO for NTC Tech Consultancy. So both CISA Tech and NTC Tech help businesses work smarter and faster by fixing slow manual processes, connecting your systems, and keeping your information safe. So we make technology easy to use so you or your team can actually focus on your customers and your growth. I'm also a solution developer specialized in creating custom solutions within the Microsoft ecosystem. I work a lot with Microsoft 365, SharePoint, and the Power Platform. So before we start, let me give you a quick, just a quick scenario. So let's take, for example, a company's accounting department that gets around, let's say, hundreds of invoices every month from vendors in the form of maybe a PDF or an image. And after they receive it, every invoice has to be opened, the necessary details like the the invoice date, the amount, the invoice number, the vendor it is coming from, all typed manually into Excel or SharePoint or any database the company uses. And after, it has to be double checked for errors, and before the invoice can then be even processed for payment. And imagine doing this every single every time that you receive an invoice. Imagine what's going to happen. Just by saying it, it makes it tedious and time consuming. So imagine actually doing it. So now, what if things could be done differently? What if, let's say, invoices process themselves? What if data was captured instantly and accurately without someone actually manually typing it in? And what if your staff could rather focus on real financial work, like analyzing trends or planning, instead of just sitting down all day typing in invoice numbers all day? So that's exactly what I want to show you today, how Power Apps AI Builder can extract invoice data for you and push it straight into, let's say, SharePoint or Excel. So that's what we are going to talk about today. So basically, that's the agenda for today. Let me skip this and get into the main thing. So definitely, there are a lot of challenges of doing it manually. You would agree with me when I say manual invoice processing is painful. Just imagine you are given hundreds of invoices to enter the details on it. Imagine the line item that could even be on a single invoice, and you are tasked to type all that. It takes time, and we are humans. We are bound to make mistakes, especially when you get exhausted and overwhelmed. And also, if an invoice number is even typed wrong, it can cause delays or even compliance issues. And on top of that, too, finance teams often spend more time. Like I said, they spend more time entering data than actually analyzing it. And if the invoices starts getting too much, you definitely need to employ extra hands to work on it, which is a cost that the company has to bear. And having to type it in manually, it has to go through approval process before payment is even made. And deadline for payments might you might even miss the payment deadline, and you also miss out on getting some discounts on paying early. So that's the challenge we are trying to solve. Sorry for that. Okay, so this is where AI Builder comes in. AI Builder is part of Microsoft's Power Platform. It's basically a set of ready-made AI tools you can use without needing to know coding or data science. One of the models it comes with is specifically trained for form or document processing. So it knows how to spot things like vendor name, the invoice number, date, and amount. And because it's built into the Power Platform, Power Apps and Power Automate, it connect directly with your Microsoft 365 tools, including Excel and SharePoint. So before we get into the demo, here's what we will try to achieve at the end of everything. So we would build, train and publish a custom invoice processing AI model. We'll then use the model to extract data from invoices and store the data in an Excel sheet. So basically, there will be a place where we upload invoices. And when the invoices are uploaded, the AI builder scans it and pulls out all the important details like uh, who the invoice is from, how much it's for, and the due date, and some other necessary details that we would want to extract. So after that, Power Automate, after the AI builder extracts all that, Power Automate will take that data and store it straight into a SharePoint list or Excel or even your finance system. But for the purpose of this demo, we'll use SharePoint list and Excel. And if there's time, we can trigger extra actions like approvals or even email notifications. So this slide shows the process that we will try to achieve with the demo. Okay, so it's demo time. Let's get into the demo. So let's hold on. Let me pull this thing down. Okay, so the AI builder is right in the Power Apps home. You just go to make.powerapps.com and it brings you to the Power Apps home. So you can see the AI hub here on the left navigation. That's where the AI builder lives. Okay, so it brings you here when you click the AI hub. So right now, the AI, the document processing model is in the AI models. And there are lots of models here, pre-built models like extract document processing model, which is what we are going to use to extract information from our invoices. There's already a pre-built invoice processing model. We can actually use this one, but sometimes your data, the data that has been trained with this one might be different from how your invoice actually looks like. So we'll uh, build our own invoice processing model from scratch. So we are going to use this. There's a lot of AI models, text recognition model where you can extract text from photos and PDFs, and there are other models here too. So let's go back to the document processing model so that we train our invoice. We will train it with our own invoice. Okay, so let's create custom model. I hope you're able to see everything that I'm showing on my screen.
Yes.
Okay, great. All right. So when you come here, what we want to build, we want to train this document processing model on is on invoices. So you select the invoices, you go to next. And here's where you select the information that you want to extract from the invoice. So as you can see, there are already pre-built, how should I say, pre-built fields, pre-built built fields that are in here, like the billing address, the billing, the customer address and all that. So if you want to extract something else from the invoice that's not here, you can actually add one here. Let's say you want to add an email address, which I believe it's not part of this list. Yes. So if you want to add an email address, you can actually create which will be a text field, you can actually create a field, let's call it email address, and you hit done. So as you can see, it has been added to it. But just to show you that you can create extra fields in there. So let me delete it, and since I wouldn't need it, let me delete it and go to next. So here is where you upload the invoices that you want the model to train on. So let's create a new collection. So usually you create more or extra collections when you have a lot of different types of invoices that looks different. When you have a lot of invoices that don't look the same, maybe they have different wording, they have different structure, you create different collections to store all that in there. But for this, I'm going to use just one collection because all the invoices that I'm going to upload has the same structure. So for each collection, you have to upload at least 6 samples. Okay, let me upload my. I already have some invoices here that I would want to. So I'll use this one for the testing. Sorry, for the training, for training my model. Okay, so let's upload it. Okay. So right now we've uploaded, since it's just one same invoice, it has the same format and everything is the same. So I just need one collection. But if you have a lot of invoices with different formats, that's when you create another collection for each different invoice. So let me go to next. So here's where you tag the information that you want to get extract from the invoice. So before you go on to the next one, you have to make sure that the tags are correct. So for example, so it automatically tags everything in there. So as you can see here, it automatically knows that here is the invoice ID, which is correct. The due date, if you click on it, yes, that's right. But here, as you can see, the vendor name, it's rather here. That's not where I want the vendor name to be. So this is where I want the vendor name to be. So you just select it, then you choose the vendor name, and that's it. And here too, I think this one is billing address recipient, and this one is billing address. So what I want to do is I want the entire place here, everything in here to be the billing address, and I don't want any separation. For example, the billing address recipient, I don't want it. So what I'll do is I'll come here, the billing address recipient. Since I don't want it in this one, I'll just select not available in document because I don't want it to be in this document. Then here, I'll rather increase the selection. I want the billing address to cover everything here. So I'm done. You just confirm the changes. And same for this one. vendor address recipient. I want everything here to be just vendor address. So here, the vendor address recipient, I don't want it. So I'll come here, scroll down till I see the, okay, so here's the vendor address recipient. Let me remove this one to not available in document. Let me just expand this to cover the entire thing. Okay. All right, let me scroll down. The balance due, let me see if it got it right. Yes, it got the amount due right. So you have to do this you have to make sure you check all I think I uploaded 6 documents. Yes. So right now this is done. You have to make sure you do the same thing for all the other invoices. So as you can see, it's the same as the other one. So let me do the same thing to this one. That will be the vendor name. It got it right. So here too, yes, I have to remove this one. Billing address not available in document. Vendor address recipient. My mouse is moving too fast. Okay, let me expand it. So you do this just to, hold on. To make sure you are getting the right fields. Confirm changes. Let me expand this one too. Okay. Let me move on to the next one. I'm sure someone is saying this is a lot, but this is just to train the model. You are not going to do it all the time. This is just to, it's a one-time thing, just to train the model. So once you are done, you don't have to do all these things again. Almost forgot about this. Don't worry, we will be done soon. Just to get everything right. So sometimes it selects some things that you don't need. So I don't need this. So let me just, I think this is the last one. Yes. Okay, so this one was right. Let me, so sometimes after you edit, you tag the right fields in the first document, it applies to the entire document. I don't know why this one doesn't isn't working that way. Sometimes when it's time to demo, that's when things happen. Okay, so for the purpose of this, I don't need the line items. So let me take those ones out. I don't need the line items in here, so So as you can see, it selected the line items. Yep. Okay. Oh, I actually thought that was the last one. Okay, I think this is the last one. Oops. Okay, so this is the final one. Yes. Okay, so right now we are done. Finally, we are done. So let's go. Let's click on next. And let's train our model. So this, after you are done with the tagging your documents, everything, you just train your model. So your model, anytime there's you upload an invoice in there, your model is able to detect those fields that you tagged. So you just do this for the first time and that's it. Now you can upload anytime you upload the invoice, it just detects all the fields. Okay, so I think it's this one. Let me rename it. Okay, it's still training. So let's wait for this to train as this is training. So we have our documents library. So this is basically where the place where we upload the invoices. So once you upload the invoice here, the AI builder extract the data, all the fields in there, and stores it in a SharePoint list. So I've already created a SharePoint list with the invoice ID fields with the invoice ID, the billing address, the vendor address, the due date, and the amount due. So the AI builder extracts it and stores it in here. I've also, I think OneDrive. Yeah, in OneDrive, I also have an Excel. Let me open the Excel sheet. Okay, so we have an Excel sheet. So once you upload it in the document library, it it just the AI builder extracts it and stores it here. All the details down here. Let me go back to still training. Still training. Okay, so you because of time, I already have one that I've already built. So let's use that as an example. Maybe by the time you are done, this will be done and we'll test that one too. This is something I did earlier. So let me use that. It was trained the same way as the other one. So let's test it. Okay, so before I test it, let me. I want you to see how the invoice looks like. So this is basically how the invoice is. So we wanted to extract the balance due, the balance due, the billing details, the vendor details, the due dates, the invoice number, and also the vendor details. So let's see if the AI is it will be able to do that. Okay, so let me zoom in. Okay, so let's see. Okay, so vendor name was able to detect the vendor name, the due date, the invoice ID, the billing address, the vendor address, all the necessary details. So we didn't add, if you can remember, we didn't add the line items and also the amount due. Okay, so this was done just to test if it really works. Nikki, do I have more time? I want to know whether I should build the Power Automate from scratch. So what you are basically going to do is there'll be a flow behind it where when I upload the file in SharePoint, the AI builder extract the details and Power Automate will just update the details, the necessary details in the Excel sheet and also the SharePoint list. Maybe we'll do just the Excel sheet. Okay, so automated cloud flow. Let me make invoice processing flow. So the trigger we are going to use is when a file is created. So let me just use SharePoint search using, okay, so when a file is created, properties only, when a file is created, yes. So this is what you are going to use as the trigger. So anytime I upload the file in SharePoint, it triggers this flow. So the site address, yes, that's the site, Segus Teams Dev. And the library name, I think it's invoices. Okay, so let's get the file content. So when you upload it, when this flow triggers, it gets the file contents, the file that you've uploaded, the contents of the file. So yeah, the site is Segut Teams Dev. And the file identifier will be a dynamic content identifier. Use this to extract the file. So right now the AI builder, action for the AI builder. So extract information from yep. Sorry, I chose the wrong action. Hold on. Yep. So the AI model. So from here you have to choose the AI model you trained. Let me go back and change check the name. Okay, so invoice processing. So the form type will be so because you with the purpose of this, I think the form type will always be a PDF, but just you never know. Sometimes it could be an image or something else aside PDF. So we'll use the content type name from when a file is created. So depending on the file type that you upload, that's what is going to appear here. So if it's a PDF, it's going to be a PDF. It's because it's a dynamic content. If it's an image, let's say JPEG is going to be JPEG instead of just using PDF. So the form will be the file content. Hold on. Okay, so now after the AI builder extracts the information, we want to store it in our Excel in our Excel, this invoices. Because of time, I won't add the SharePoint list to it. Let's just store it in the Excel. So the action we'll use is to add a row into a table. Okay, let me go straight to Excel. Let me search for the Excel actions and yes, so add a row into a table. So the location will be my OneDrive for business. Yes, because the Excel sheet, the Excel lives in my OneDrive, so I'll choose OneDrive for business, and the documents library will be OneDrive. So the file, I think, yeah, so that's the file, the invoices. the Excel. And the table will be the invoice table. I've already created a table in here. So this is the table that they are talking about. The table is, I've named it invoice table. Yeah, so I've named the table invoice table. So that's the table the flow wants. So the invoice table. Then, yeah, that's it. Let's add one last one. I think my time is almost up. Let's send an email. So whenever the data is stored in Excel, we want to send an email to maybe the person who is supposed to approve it or to notify someone. So let me send it to myself. The subject extracted invoice data. Consider community. So I can even add the link to the SharePoint list. I can also add the link to the Excel sheet itself. So let me just hold on with that, and my time is up. So let me just save it and test it. Okay. So now let's go ahead and test it. So let me upload so as you can see, there's nothing in here. Let me hide this thing. I'm trying to take this ribbon out of here. Okay. Okay. Yeah. So
To close. Did you get it?
yeah, it worked.
Oh, okay. I see.
So as you can see, yeah, there's nothing here. So I'm coming to upload my invoice in here. This invoice test. So invoice 003. Let me upload it. So once I upload it, the flow that I created is supposed to trigger the flow. So the AI builder should extract the invoice and the fields in there, the necessary fields, then later stored in Excel sheet, in this Excel sheet. And after it is stored here, I'm supposed to receive an email that the invoice list has been updated. So let's see. Okay, so far so good. Okay, it has been able to extract the information. The table, let's check if, okay. So you don't have to type anything in there. You just upload your invoice. So as you can see, it has extracted the invoice ID, the billing address, the vendor address, the due date, and the amount due. So let's go. I think what I uploaded was invoice 003. So let's confirm if it was the right data. Okay, so this is the invoice that I uploaded. So the due date 2024 12/01, the invoice number 003. Let me make it a bit smaller so that we can compare it. Okay, so the invoice ID is the same as this one. The billing address, Export Import Limited, is the same as that. And the balance due, 3,890. Let's see, 3,890. So just like that, you upload it, it extracts everything, stores it at where you want it to be stored. So let's try it one more time. Just one last one. Okay, I think I didn't check if I was sent the email. Let me refresh my, let me see if I was sent the email. That was the last one left. Okay, so that's the email. So once it's updated, it notifies me that the invoice list has been updated. So if I'm the one to approve it, I can go and check it, approve it, then they go ahead with the payment without waiting for someone to actually type it in there. All right, so as simple as that. Since my time is almost up, I don't think we would have to wait for the second one too. Okay, so that's the second one. So just like that, you just uploaded it and everything. The AI builder and Power Automate, that's everything for you. So let's go back to, let me quickly go through my slides. So um, this slide shows a real world use case from, I think, Hitachi Construction Machinery America, a global leader in heavy equipment. So they also face the same problem many organizations do, time-consuming invoice entry. So by combining AI builders, form recognition with Power Automate workflows, they now um, automatically capture and process invoice data with 99.9% accuracy. And over 65% of their invoices require no normal entry at all. Now, let's talk about why this matters for a business. So first, accuracy. No more errors from typing mistakes. Second, efficiency. What used to take hours can now be done in minutes. So as you saw, it didn't take that much time. And you don't have to manually type anything in there. And third, compliance. Uh, with records automatically logged, you have less risk during audits. You can also process hundreds of invoices without hiring more staff. And of course, the big one, cost savings. You free your team from repetitive work, meaning they can do more valuable things. So decision points for business leaders, you get your return on investment in less than 6 months of using this. It's easy to implement, building and training your model to be able to identify the necessary details. It doesn't require much training for your team to use. And it's easily integrates with your existing Microsoft tools. It's easily scalable. You can start with just one department and or document type, like what I did, and you extend it to other documents and also other departments. And that brings me to the end of my presentation. I hope you enjoyed this demo. If your organization deals with frequent vendor invoices, if your teams are spending too much time on repetitive data entry, if accuracy and compliance is something that's important to you, or you want your finance process to scale without extra cost, this is a perfect fit for you. It's not just for big corporations. Small and mid-sized companies can benefit just as much. So if you want to know more or have any questions for me, you can reach out to me on LinkedIn or via email. Thank you. Any questions? That's if I have more time.
All right. Thank you for that, Sigu. That was very inspirational. I mean, it was worth the wait. That was nice. I see how that tool can be used to save us time, uh, stop errors, and keep up with the budget and everything all in one. Um, I believe Nikkia has a question.
Yeah. Let's see. What are some of the limitations or challenges do you think there are with using the AI builder for processing the invoices when it comes to Ghana?
Okay, so I think one challenge will be maybe a defaced invoice. Invoices that the writings are not clear.
Mm,
That would be a major challenge because
mm,
the AI is not really going to detect that if the text are not that clear. It will be very difficult for the AI to actually um, detect those texts. And I also forgot to mention that you can also, aside uploading, you can also do it in a way, maybe add Power Apps to it, Power Apps Canvas app where you can take a picture of your invoice. You take a picture of the invoice and it extracts the data on there. And just like what I did, instead of uploading, you can just take a picture of an invoice or maybe a receipt, and it can extract all the data without even uploading anything of that sort. So that would be one major challenge, a defaced invoice.
okay. That makes sense. Um, I think you said the model improves over time. So does it like just keep learning? Or do you have to keep training it, like train it again
So
in a little bit?
yes, you have to keep training it. So if you have different, if later, for this one, I use just one invoice type. If you have other invoice types, you just use it to train it. And sometimes to even sometimes without training it, it's able to detect the data in there. It's able to detect some of the information in there. Just that for it to be accurate enough, you need to train it, keep training it with a lot of with different types of invoices with different structure, with different formats and all that, with different wording. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I got one more question. This is, I know you did this on invoices, but what
Mhm.
else can this be done on? What other types of,
So it
um,
can be done on receipts, um, uh, I'm trying utility bills. Uh, there are a lot of forms that you can train it on. I'm trying to remember some of the forms. So
yeah, like custom
receipts,
forms
yeah,
or
custom,
forms
yeah.
that your organization has that
Hmm.
might not be the same for others?
Yeah.
That might be
Even if,
standard forms.
yeah, even documents, let's say how do you call it? A contract. You can use it to extract information from contracts as well, agreement, all that. Yeah. So there are
Got it.
lots of things you can actually do with it.
I have one question for you, Sigu. What happens to the original invoice?
Um, can you be a bit clearer?
All right, so the data that's in this table right now came off
Mm-hmm.
of an invoice, right?
Invoice, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Once it extracts that data from that
Mm-hmm.
invoice, what happens
Mm-hmm.
to the original?
So the original will still be there. It will still be in there where you uploaded it. So with this one, I uploaded it in SharePoint document library. Yeah, SharePoint document library. So it will still be there. So
Mm,
sometimes for audit reasons, you
okay.
still have to keep although you've extracted the data, the needed information but for audit reasons, you still need to keep the original file. So sometimes you can keep it for 3 years, 5 years. Some people keep it for 3 to 5 years, even before they archive it. So it will still be there. So whenever you want to delete it, it doesn't go anywhere. The original file will still be there, just for maybe if for audit reasons, like I said, yes. So yeah.
Okay, cool. And according to the way this is set up, this information also can be extracted and added to a Power BI platform as well, so I could do deeper dives into who's paying what and all the rest as well.
Yes, you can do that. So since it's stored in a database, for example, I store this in Excel, you can connect. You know how Power BI, Power BI is already a Microsoft tool. So how it's integrated, you can connect your Power BI to your Excel sheets or to
Mm,
your SharePoint list without doing much. Connecting it it's not anything difficult because they are on the same platform. So you're able to, like you said, know uh, how do you call it? The number of invoices in there, the amount of the amount due of all the invoices, any visualization that you would want from the data source, which is Excel or the SharePoint list. So you can do all that
cool,
with Power BI.
cool. All right, very nice. Very nice. Technology is moving forward.
Yep.
Yeah. Any other questions? All right. Thank you for that, Sigu. I really appreciate it. Like I said, I was looking forward to it, and you did not disappoint. So I'll be looking into this more. All right. Okay, so let's take back
Thank you.
over the screen. Thank you very much, Sigu. All right, how much time we got left? 12 minutes. All right, so let's get into, we got 12 minutes in our networking time. So let's get into, to this. If you come on, you introduce yourself, your name, location, tech field, company or school, and purpose for joining. How do you think, and you answer the question, how do you think the tech presentation today can be applied? Well, it would be the tech presentation and the other presentation. How can it be applied on a day-to-day basis? So I guess I'll go first. My name is Harry Carter, located in Tema, tech field, developer, and mostly CEO, director of operations, but I'm not really that techy. I just recognize some tech. Uh, Co-CEO of Sissa Tech and co-CEO of NTC Techs. Purpose for joining is I'm a co-founder and we want to help train and teach others some of the things that we know. So how do I think the tech presentation can be applied? The customer service side of it, um, it can be applied in so many different ways in Ghana, from maintenance workers that come to your house and leave fingerprints all over the wall, to speaking to someone on the phone for order, to helping someone that come into a hospital and you need to take that information on the computer or take that information online or something of that nature. Understanding who you speaking to and understanding that everyone has their own battles they're fighting. So that's very important. As far as the tech presentation, many things is done on paper here. When I get a receipt from the gas station, it's written on paper. There's not an option to email any of those things. So if I'm able to take a picture of it, and then that invoice will catch that, it would, scan that picture, put that invoice through that process, and then document that invoice and put it into the system, where so I can refer back to it later. It's powerful because one, it helps me keep track of money. Two, it helps me keep track of money without me having to sit there for hours typing all that information in, keeping me from doing other things that will help make money. So both presentations were very powerful, and I appreciate them for both of y'all. Thank you. All right. Anyone else would like to take the floor? Ooh, I see Charles is here. Hey, Charles.
Charles having a hard time finding that mute button. He's like,
Nah, Charles knew what was about to happen. If he'd have spoken, I'd be like, oh, so now that you're speaking, you might as well go ahead and answer the question. He knew that was coming.
Okay, good evening. My name is Charles. My name is Charles, and I think both presenters, they did very well. Sorry, I'm a technical writer at NTC and also DDTS. So I had a question for Segu, but I think Nikki addressed that in terms of the invoices that might be defaced, and how can it capture it, and then what's the marginal error for that? And I think Segu gave a clear answer on that. And I'm very grateful for this session. I think I've learned one or two in terms of building in the Power Ultimate, and I think it's going to help going forward. But if I would like to know how is it going to help our small businesses in Ghana? Like the focus is in Ghana because we tend to use more of the handwritten invoices. So how can we improve on that to get it to capture all these informations on? I'm sorry for coming up with this question at this time.
see you still there. Say you might have left. I ain't answering that question.
Yeah, I'm still here. Um, Great question, Charles. So this since this is focused on Ghana and also Africa, what you said is true. So there are a lot of um especially the small and medium companies who do handwritten invoice. So even with handwritten invoice, the AI would be able to detect it. It just has to be eligible enough. Not if it's like the handwriting is like you see how the I'm not trying to shade doctors, but how doctors write, if it's like that, even we humans are not able to detect it. So how much how much the AI? So if your handwriting is just like the doctors, please, the AI won't be able to detect that. But if it's clear enough for the eyes to see and read it, the AI will also be able to see it and extract all the necessary details. So it has to be eligible. Yes. I hope I've
And
answered your question.
and I asked another part of the questions you asked as well about people using invoices and them not using invoices by writing by hand. One thing that's going to have to happen is time. Over
Mhm.
time, people are going to be switching over to systems that read invoices. And if you sending me handwritten invoices that I can't read, then most likely you're not going to be a person that you're going to be doing business with. So you're going to have to change over to keep up with the times. Um, to give an example, um, we was watching a documentary a little while ago, and it was about, well, not a documentary, but an economic channel type thing, and it was talking about how Canada is taking over the corn um, trade from the U.S. Some of the reasons that they gave that they're now, because both of the products are good. Um, One don't have as many GMOs, so but they both supposed to be good, high quality corn. And of course, the tariffs and Trump is helping with that. But besides that, one thing that they said in there that they didn't have handwritten invoices, that the paperwork wasn't written by hand, that they typed everything in, it was legible, everything was be able to read by the computer. They was able to calculate where the shipment was at each point because they was documenting it and writing it in and putting that information in. So eventually, they, Canada now got the big contract for corn from China and not the U.S. So if we're talking about going into a future where we're selling raw goods from Ghana to the world, finished or raw goods, like a mango, for instance. If we selling a mango to another country, right? We gonna have to be able to say, okay, instead of writing down this is how many mangoes were harvest and this is what their what's name count is, you have to type that in. You have to punch that in on your phone. I mean, everybody got a phone in their hand. You could talk it in. So why are people still writing when you could just? I mean, they made the world so lazy. You could do so much lazy stuff. So why not take advantage of it? Lazy stuff to make you do more work. Because all it do is save you time within the day so that you do more work. So, all right. Any other questions? And I hope that helped you, Charles.
Yeah, yeah.
All right. So let's go ahead. We right at time. All right. So what we try, we're trying what we discuss. You want to try what we discuss, get your free-ish M365 dev account. Don't forget to sign up for your free Microsoft developer account so you can roll up your sleeves, play around with it. Just make sure you don't publish anything, because if you publish stuff, it's a charge and it's very hard to get those charges up. But you are able to play and design and flip around as much as you want until you try to change it into some external or publish it. So hit the QR code so you can get to that system. I mean, get to that M365 account, to that account. All right, next screen. We hope you enjoy learning and networking with us. If you want to come back and view the video again, you can show our QR codes, post the event or post the event survey. You give us a survey on how well we did or how bad we did. Also is a link there as well. And the Nancy community page where you comment things like that. We're getting ready for our first in-person hybrid quarterly event. So I'm hoping we'll all be there. It looks like all of our guests have left and just left the tech team. And this leadership, except for Charles. But we're going to get Charles to spread the message with everybody. So I know we're past time. So y'all have a good night. See you next month.
See everyone.